Aquarius, welcome to your full moon in Cancer reading for December 26, 2023. Full moons close out cycles. The direction that this reading is going in is the healing light. Number 8, spirit. So, I'm obviously not in my usual place. Sorry for the darkness. Hopefully you can still see things. I'll try and perfect the lighting a little bit more next time, but we'll use what we got. Okay, so number 8 is a lot of focus and a lot of energy behind it. Maybe healing. Maybe you have been unwell, or there is somebody around you that could use some healing, or and this can be physical, mental, emotional, but there's a real focus here on healing an aspect of your life or your situation or somebody close to you. And that is the direction of the reading, but interesting. Your focus is the Queen of Wands, and she is a Leo, right, associated with Leo, and Leo is the healing sign. They often they can be nurses, nutritionists, that's more Queen of Pentacles, but it's possible. The healing arts of all kinds with the Queen of Wands, but they're also very creative. She carries the sun flower, and the sun is also a healing aspect or a healing force. So you are either behaving like a Queen of Wands, or your focus is with a particular Queen of Wands. And this is somebody who has long features. But if it is you, you can be quite magnanimous. You can be in healing mode, trying to help them either, like I said, mentally, emotionally, physically, or you yourself may need a bit of healing. However, she's pretty magical. You see the little black cat. And they're great herbalists, and finds interesting alternative ways to healing. So that can be you. I'm going to lay out all the cards first. This first column is where you may find yourself at the time of the full moon, or what is being closed out for you at the time of the full moon, because like I said, full moons close out cycles. And the center column is you and how you feel, or how you're behaving, or what you're doing, how you're acting in this situation. Some big changes with the death card there. And the last column is the probable outcome. I am definitely of the school that your consciousness creates your reality, and changing your consciousness can change an outcome. However, because we live in a dualistic world, some things we could change, and some things we are meant to experience. We came here for that experience, and for ultimately our own growth. Okay, having said that, let's get started. We have the Ace of Swords, the Ten of Wands. The Ace of Swords is my yes card. It is winter timing for me. It's the season of winter, so here we are. The 21st got us into winter, and the 22nd. And we're in full swing. You may have a lot of responsibility here, but there's clarity with this Ace of Swords. There's triumph and security. The Ten of Wands is a slow, plodding progress, but we get there, and yeah, it may take some time. This is responsibilities that we're carrying. And moving forward, we're picking up our responsibilities, and we're moving towards the end of a cycle here. We may see the end in sight, but because we can see it and we're not there yet, sometimes I can make it feel a little bit longer. If you're taking on responsibility of other people, make sure you're not cheating them out of their own lessons that need to be learned, and sometimes you're not able to give back that responsibility, in which case it is on your shoulders. But with that Ace of Swords, which is my yes card, that can be that we are really getting close to the end. 10, the frequency of 10 is the end of a situation while simultaneously beginning something new with that Ace of Swords. And so this is new action. It's taking action through clarity. We see things clearly. It is triumph and security. It is truth. It is the truth. It is the Excalibur card. So truth is our responsibility. So you may be acting that way, speaking that way. This is a very mental beginning that we're taking after this. But it's also action. So we can be really moving towards the end of a cycle. There is definitely something ending here for you. And this can be your experiences. The Nine of Wands is kind of... you know your truth here, right? This is the card of truth, and you understand your truth because they are your experiences. It's what you've been through, and you're taking those to the end, to the edge there, to the finality of this situation. Sometimes this can be like looking over your shoulder, a little bit of a paranoid energy, but it's because you're the walking wounded here, or maybe somebody else is in this case, because we do have the healing light and the Queen of Wands, and you're behaving like the Queen of Wands. So this can be you, or it can be somebody else around you. But this can be a little bit of weariness, but it's also looking over your shoulder, a little bit leery of something that is happening around you. It is biding your time, waiting for the right moment to act. But I feel like that's coming up rather quickly here. This is, again, the Walking Wounded card, and I say that because the Queen of Wands is a healer, and this is the healing light. So we're putting a lot of emphasis, a lot of energy with that number 8 there, and a lot of focus behind healing something. I do want to pull another card for that for some reason. Nine of Pentacles. Okay. This is a very independent card. It is the card of luxury, and because you have the money, you're not dependent on anybody. The little snail there shows that you have, that there's a house on your back. You carry your responsibility with you. You have your home on your back, meaning that you're self-sustaining. Independent. You know, it's unnecessary to have somebody else around. But this is also can also be luxury purchase. It doesn't really fit with the rest of this and what I'm picking up here, so it feels a little bit extraneous for me. It feels extra. So we're just going to leave it there for now and see how that ties in otherwise. Other than that, I can see that this is something that you have to bring home. Whatever it is, whatever responsibilities that you're taking on, whatever it is that you're trying to finish up here, you're doing it on your own. And this is even the card of like, well, really nobody can tell me what to do because I've had my experiences. I know the process. I've been through the ringer, been there, done that. And so I know how to bring it home. And this is a very independent energy. There are some big changes here for you. And this is you and how you're dealing with this situation. And there are some changes. And that's what it's really being shown here with that 10 of Wands, is that we're coming near towards the end of this situation where we're trying to get things done, but it feels slow and plodding. And even this Hanged Man card tells me that things are not in, the changes that are happening aren't in your control. The Hangman is, there may be a sacrifice that has to be. You may have to give up something in order for these big changes, because this is the card of the Norse god Odin, who gave up an eye for knowledge, right? This is a tree of life. And so there may be something that has to be sacrificed in order to make some changes. The situation really isn't in your hands, and this card says that there's a bigger hand steering this. And you have two major arcanas here, so this can be very much on an internal level that you're feeling this at the moment. However, you are getting the opportunity in this time where you're waiting, where you can get a different perspective on something, in which it might just be the very thing you need and the information that you need to move on and to make these changes with the Death card. Four of Pentacles. There is this feeling of holding back or trying to hold on to something that possibly you need to release and let go of, which could be, in this case, control. It doesn't necessarily mean it, but it can, especially with aspected by the Hanged Man card. But the Four of Pentacles is the Sun in Capricorn, and Capricorn is very much about empowering themselves and empowering others. And so we may be holding on to something, which could be finances, right, or control, in order to create a good, strong foundation for that empowerment. But it is the Miser card, and so we do have to be careful. There may be some budgeting that is necessary, and let's face it, it's Christmas time or the holiday season, and there's usually a lot of money being splashed out around that time. And so you may have said yes to a lot of things, and now you have to be like, okay, now we have to pull back a little bit, we have to budget. There may be some big changes that cause that to happen here. And it can even be the healing of some of our finances that is necessary in this situation for a few people, not everybody. The Three of Wands and the Nine of Swords is the probable outcome. The Three of Wands are allies, and this can be people, situations, workshops, self-help books, that sort of thing that give us a leg up against our competitors. But it really is the Allies card, and it's looking out into the future. So we're sending our ships out, right, to see who can help us, where and what and how, and waiting for our ships to return to see, how we can get that leg up. But for me, it's really about allies. The Nine of Swords card, this feels kind of disjointed for me, so I think there's a lot of different things happening. I don't really feel like there's one full line of experience here, so it feels kind of like there's a lot of different things happening. But I do see this worry where the Nine of Swords cards is concerned, because the Nine of Swords is a card of a thought that can get away from us, create its own story, and it may or may not be true, but there's worry that comes along with it. Now, this can be sleepless nights. Maybe you're just not sleeping well, or somebody else isn't sleeping well. And again, we're talking about the healing light here. And so there is definitely, and I do see that it will go well here, but the Nine of Swords is a lot of worry. He's under a blanket of stars, so it can be planetary aspects that are creating this. And sometimes this is just difficulty sleeping. We need a new mattress, we need to change our pillow, we need to change the room around, that kind of thing, to change the flow of energy. But I do think with that Three of Wands, I think we're looking for allies here. Either we're helping somebody who is having some very difficult mental and emotional period in their life. Either we are the ally, or we're looking for an ally to help us out in a situation. Either way, there is change coming. So in this case, I think that's a good thing. There is change and transformation with the Death card. Three of Swords. This is the feeling of separation, and it can be actual physical pain as well. It can also be inclement weather, which causes a distressed turn of mind, right? If the sun isn't shining, and we have problems with depression or worry or something around when the sun isn't shining. It could mean that you need extra vitamin D to lift your mood. So I highly suggest that. But it's also the card of distance and feeling distant from somebody. And this is the holiday season, and so maybe we are missing people, people that are no longer with us or are too far away, because this is, again, like I said, the distance card. We're far away, or we feel distant and separated from somebody or something, and possibly even our allies, the people that we count on, that sort of thing. But it's also, which matches this three, right? Renewing, rebuilding, reinvigorating a situation after the fact, right? And so therein lies the healing light. There is some sort of healing, restructuring, rebuilding, renewing, reinvigorating with that Three of Swords. So after a very difficult period, we do begin this change, this new energy that can come in and bring some healing. I feel like you are probably an ally to somebody. It's kind of like you're holding down the fort for them. You're holding space for them, but you're waiting, right? There's this very much waiting energy, because things are not in your hands. And like I said, it can just be that we're traveling and it was a hard trip, and because everybody's traveling at this time, it could be something like that. Maybe there's a cold or a flu or something like that that we're recuperating and recovering from, and there are people around to help us, or we are the people that are helping. Because I said the Queen of Wands, which is your focus, can either be the person who's feeling this, or you're feeling far away from this person, and there may be a separation, a big change. It can be loved ones that have passed away that we're missing at this time as well, and thinking about them and worrying about them. But that Three of Swords is definitely after the period of difficulty. There's a rebuilding, restructuring of the situation, and a healing that comes in its wake. So, what does Spirit want you to know? You have the Help card. So the help you need is on its way. So keep searching for it. There is help. There are allies. There is somebody that's going to come and help the situation, or you are the help. That can also be. It's different for everybody. It's a general reading, but there is definitely this feeling of a need to healing light and helping other people, or getting the help that you need. And again, keep this Three of Swords in mind, because while it can be a very difficult situation, there is a period of rebuilding and restructuring afterwards. And again, like I said, this is the Walking Wounded card, so there is somebody out there who's feeling some pressure and pain in regards to the experiences that they may have had recently. But there is change on the way. At the moment, things may not be in your hands. Just hold the fort, hold the space, right? You could be in an awkward situation with that Four of Pentacles, but help is coming, okay? I wish you the very best. I hope that your holidays are brighter, and I hope that whoever is seeking this healing light finds it quickly. May you be blessed and elevated. Thank you for listening. Take good care for now, and I'll talk to you in 2 weeks.